Hello, Big Bear Association of Realtors. Robin Lee here, your association executive. Today is May 9th, 2019, and this morning, I attended the government affairs meeting that is held every second Thursday at the Chamber of Commerce office, where I get to hear from representatives from the Chamber of Commerce, the fire department, CSD, DWP, Bear Valley Electric, California Highway Patrol, MARTA, the Big Bear Visitors Bureau, Caltrans. Also, there's field reps there from Assemblyman Jay Obernolte office, Senator Mike Morell, and Congressman Paul Cook. So I just wanted to give you a report on what everybody was updating us on, and hopefully it can be of help to you. So the fire department reported that hundreds of residents showed up to their meeting in April, and the residents were in protest of closing Station 283, which is the Sugarloaf station. As you know, the fire department has been having trouble funding keeping the station open, and hundreds of residents came out in protest of closing it, and so the fire department's board of directors decided to hold off on making the motion to close that and wait until the community has the opportunity to give further input on that and hopefully help them. They'll be writing a measure to put on the 2020 ballot, which will be the measure that determines how we're going to fund keeping Station 283 open. So in the meantime, a community group that are calling themselves Save Our Station, or SOS, they've formed in order to educate the residents on this measure, and they have scheduled a meeting for May 15th at 6 p.m. at Journey Church, which is located at 800 Green Spot in Big Bear City. The next person to speak was the field rep for Congressman Paul Cook. Recently, Congressman Cook co-sponsored legislation that would exclude the benefits of the survivors of Gold Star servicemen and women from being taxed like regular income is taxed, and essentially reducing the taxing of those benefits and helping these families receive the full benefits that they deserve. So he recently co-sponsored that, and we'll see where that goes in committees. He also sponsored Bill HB 255, which is the Big Bear Land Exchange Act, which will direct the U.S. Department of Agriculture to exchange 73 acres of Forest Service land to the County of San Bernardino for 71 acres of the county's land. In turn, the USDA would have to relocate the portion of the Pacific Crest Trail that is located in those 73 acres that they'd be exchanging over. Then we moved on to the field representative for Senator Mike Morell, and they let us know about Bill SB 384, which was written to streamline the CEQA process in an effort to spur growth in the housing supply. Unfortunately failed passage at the committee level. Also SB 562, which was written and intended to increase the property tax exemption for disabled veterans, was put in suspend status. And the field rep pretty much tells us that when a bill is put in suspend status, it's pretty much dead and nothing ever comes back. So that was also an unfortunate outcome. Next up was CSD, and they announced that they're increasing the availability of their large item and yard cleanup service, where CSD customers can drop off their items and their yard waste at their location at Paradise and Grenfall. That's the second Saturday of each month. In the summer times, it's typically between April and October. So the second Saturday of each month between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. They do not accept hazardous waste nor tires. And CSD also just got back from Sacramento, where they asked Assemblyman Jay Obernolte to put an item in the budget for our Replenish Big Bear project, because that project relies solely on outside funding. They're asking our assemblyman to go ahead and put that in the budget, and he did agree to do so. Next up was the Mountain Area CHP, Highway Patrol, and they reported that they're turning in many of their older vehicles in, and they're going to be getting newer Tahoes in exchange for these older Tahoes, and also in exchange for their low profile vehicles that don't help them at all during the winter months. So hopefully this will help them do their job more efficiently in the months when we have snow on the road. CHP has also added a few new officers for deployment to help them with their workload. And they're reporting that unfortunately there have been 4 fatalities so far on the mountain highways this year, 2019. They don't have any indication that shows that there's some type of trend that's causing these fatalities. They're just trying to prevent them, obviously, and they're really worried about the upcoming motorcycle season and hoping that we don't have any more fatalities on the roads. So please definitely be careful out there. Last year was a record low with only 1 fatality. Next up was Bear Valley Electric, and they didn't have much to report on, but they did want to say that their Earth Day event was a success. They had many more vendors this year than they did last year, and they had great attendance with 300 of our local students and about 450 members of the public attend the event. And I thought maybe it might be a good idea for the realtors to be a vendor next year. Next up was MARTA Transportation, and they reported that they will be providing shuttles during the Chill and Grill event in the Village area on May 25th. And this shuttle is intended like a park and ride type situation where the public can park at the many local public parking lots in the village, and the shuttle will pick them up there, take them to the event, and obviously take them back at the end. That shuttle will be running between 10 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. again on May 25th at the Chill and Grill event. They will also be doing a shuttle for the Mayfest or MyFest. I heard it pronounced both ways, so I'm not sure which one it is, but it's MAI Fest, and that's at the Convention Center May 25th and 26th. And MARTA will be providing a shuttle that evening between 7:30 and 11:30 in hopes of preventing any drunk driving. Next to talk was the Big Bear Visitors Bureau, who gave an update on their construction project for their new building, where they purchased the building there that we'll call the Old Chad's or the Old IHOP, depending on how far back you go. They already have completed the interior demo, and their general contractor is in there starting to work for them. So they're expecting a July opening for that. They're also conducting research on the demographics of our visitors. A few examples would be how many day trippers we have, and when visitors come to Big Bear, what are they doing? What are they spending their money on? So they're conducting this research, and they're hoping to have that information available for their annual meeting in June. Next up was DWP, and they did announce that they're coming up with an online customer public portal where customers can log on and actually check their usage rates. And this is obviously a very good thing for the second home owners who live off the hill, and they can check this usage in case there's any sudden increase. It would be a more proactive way for these people to manage their Big Bear homes. Next, we heard from Caltrans, and in their own words, they said, "We're younger and eager." So we have a new supervisor for Caltrans in the Big Bear area. And he reported that they will be doing work on Lower 330 in late June into July. It will be down to 1 lane of traffic, and at some time during that period, they will have a 2-week full hard closure of 330. So we'll keep our eyes peeled for that. Caltrans will also be addressing the extensive repairs that are needed after the Valentine's Day storm we had this year. They're very aware of all of the damage, and they've just been waiting for the weather to cooperate. So they're saying that during the summer, they'll be out there fixing all of those repairs that need to be done so that our roads can be fresh again, and the restriping will happen after the repairs are done. Also, Caltrans said that they wanted to ensure us that the closures would not take place during the weekends nor the holidays, so they will not have any closures on Fridays, and they're not allowed to schedule any closures 2 days before a holiday. So that's good news for us on those busy weekends and holidays. So thank you for your time. I just wanted to give you a report on what's going on locally, and hopefully this information is helpful to you. Have a great day.